Welcome to this demo on SAP Hana Database integration with Power BI. This is my laptop desktop. I'm going to go on the remote desk of SAP Hana server. Yeah, this is my SAP Hana server remote desk, as you can see. Yeah, now I have already installed Power BI as well as SAP Hana Studio on this RDP. Now this server is from service provider. They are basically into providing logins for accessing SAP HANA server to different people, public rather. Yeah, so it's like they charge on monthly basis, and we use those logins for a month's time to access that database. Right. So now let's have a look at SAP HANA Studio here. Yeah. So this is the view of SAP HANA Studio, and this is your instance with the login as a system. Right. Okay, so now apart from catalog, what we are interested is in the functional data. So we go to this schema within your SAP ERP, and this is your tables, or rather available as views. Now this is made available by the server people themselves. Okay, what we are interested in is to fire an SQL query and see what the results are. So let me just close this for you. Yeah, so I'll just right click on this, and I have an option here, generate SQL. Yeah, so I'll just click on this. So this is the SQL. Select OBAT txt10 from the schema and the FCOC account assignment tab. So I'll just execute this to see what data I'm getting. Yeah, so this is the corresponding data. Now this is in your HANA Studio, directly connected to your HANA server, obviously. So I see, total how many rows have been fetched? 289. Okay, and now the same query, we want to take it to Power BI desktop, and see if this data is getting reflected there. That's what the purpose of this demo is, to integrate SAP HANA data, that is this data, for demo purpose, and with your Power BI. So we should be able to create dashboards, or at least as of now, a simple visual in Power BI using your SAP HANA database. Okay, so now let me go to Power BI. Okay, I have already connected here. What I'll do is I'll create a new connection for the purpose of this demo. And I'll close this one. So I'm creating a fresh connection to SAP HANA database from Power BI. Alright, so the desktop is open, or rather the Power BI desktop is open. I'll just go to this get data option, which will give me a facility to choose from different data sources. In our case, we are interested in SAP HANA database. So there are multiple database sources available here. Okay, instead of scrolling down, I'll just search it to save my time. Yeah, so these are the three options available. I'll click on SAP HANA database. Now I have already installed ODBC driver for connecting to SAP HANA from Power BI. It's a tedious process, but I've spent some time on that, and I've gone through that, and I've successfully installed that. Now without installing that ODBC driver, you won't be able to connect to SAP HANA database. Once you click on this connect, it will give you some pop-up error message like this driver is not found, or something like that, indicating we need to install ODBC driver. ODBC as in Open Database Connectivity, which is used typically on Windows operating systems, right? So I've already installed that, and let me just connect to the SAP HANA database. Alright, so here now this option wouldn't have come if I had not installed that ODBC driver for SAP successfully. Okay, yeah, and now I'm supposed to enter the server details. So I have the server details noted here. This is the IP address of HANA database, so I'll just copy paste that. Okay, in your case, who are watching is this demo, it would obviously be replaced by your HANA database IP address. or a URL. And HANA database typically listens on this port 30015 or maybe 13. In our case, it is a single database and single container, so we go for this. You can obviously do a customization also, but as of now, for demo purposes, we'll restrict ourselves to single container. And then there are these two options, import and direct query. Direct query has some limitations. We'll go for report, which would typically import all the data from your SAP HANA database. Now what I'm going to do for this data, for this demo purpose, I'm going to fire that same query which I have done, which I have executed in HANA Studio, which was this query. Yeah, this one. Yeah, so I'll just copy this query, HANA Studio query, and I'll paste it into Power BI SQL text box here. So this is the same query which I have picked it up from HANA Studio rather. Okay, and the purpose of this is this will connect Power BI with our HANA database server on this IP address, listening on this port, and on that HANA database server, just like HANA Studio, it will execute this query and it will fetch us the results from HANA database into Power BI desktop. So let's see if it's doing successfully. I'm clicking on OK. Yeah, so that's the success we have achieved here. Now this is your HANA database data from fetched from that query. Okay, so it's not showing you the number of rows, but if I load it, you'll get that rows. Let's have a look at that HANA Studio data. 7 B2 NIB bill, 8 B3 service, and let's have it here. Yeah, so B2 is there, NIB bill, B3 is service, all that is. So let me load the full data. This is a truncated view in desktop. So to have a full view, let's load it in our Power BI data tab here. Okay, so I'm just loading this. It's going to take some time because the data is getting loaded from your HANA database into Power BI desktop. So this is what is happening. Yeah, and now this is the data tab, and let's see what data it has fetched. Okay, about transaction 10. Let me go to the data table view here. Let's see how many records have been fetched. Yeah, 289 rows. If you look at this bottom bar, 289 rows. Let's see how many rows were fetched in HANA Studio. 289. So that's the success of HANA database integration with Power BI. Yeah, so it's there, and now I'll just go to dashboard. I just want to draw a simple bar chart just to make things clear that all the data has come and it's appearing in the visual. We can do complicated dashboards and more professional dashboard, but not for this demo purpose. Yeah, so let me just click on a single bar chart, stack column chart rather, and I'll put OBAT on say x-axis and transactions on y-axis. Okay, so this is the chart that I have got. Now this doesn't really make a lot of sense professionally speaking, but yes, from demo purpose of displaying SAP HANA data onto Power BI in visuals is done. So I hope guys you have liked this demo. Thanks for watching this demo. I'm going to stop this demo now. See you for live work. Yeah, let me just come onto my desktop, and thanks once again. Thank you very much.